Hi, this is Mato. Welcome to my online chess lecture. In this video I will show you a game between Kateryna Lahno and Wenjun. This is a game from Women's World Chess Championship played in 2018. Kateryna Lahno had white pieces and she started with e4. Wenjun played c5, the Sicilian defense. Knight to f3, knight to c6, and now bishop to b5, the Rossolimo attack. The Fianchetto variation. Kateryna Lahno castled kingside. Bishop to g7, rook to e1, black to move, e5 was played. If black plays knight to f6, white may play e5. So we have e5, a3, knight from g to e7, knight to c3, and Wenjun castled kingside. Bishop to c4, very natural move. The bishop is no longer useful on b5. d6, d3, h6, taking the control of g5 square, intending king to h7 and f5. Knight to d5, king to h7, c3, f5. Pawn takes pawn on f5. G takes on f5, capturing with the pawn in the style of the king's Indian defense. Wenjun is now planning to bring her rooks on the semi-open g-file, and this is now the critical position of the game. It is white to move. What would you do? Kateryna Lahno played b4, expanding on the queen side. But there was another move. Knight to g5, check, is a very strong move, and black's best reply is king to g6. Then knight takes on e7, and after knight takes on e7, knight to f3. And black king seems a bit exposed. But what happens if after check black takes? Then queen to h5 check, and after bishop to h6, bishop takes on g5, and white is winning. White is also winning if king goes to g8. Can you see how? Knight takes on e7, checkmate. Back to our game. We have b4, knight to g6, b5. It would be better to keep the tension and to play rook to b1. b5 was played, attacking the knight. Knight to a5, attacking the bishop. Bishop to a2. Bishop to e6, queen to a4. b6, defending the knight and freeing the queen. Bishop to d2. Rook to g8. Rook from a to d1. Queen to d7. Knight to h4. Bishop to h8. Knight takes on g6. Rook takes on g6. Queen to h4. Rook from a to g8, threatening. Rook takes on g2. g3. Queen to f7, threatening. Bishop takes knight. c4. This is a logical move, defending the knight on d5. Every other move by white would be even worse. What is the downside of this move? White light square bishop is now useless. Bishop to f6, attacking the queen. Knight takes on f6. Rook takes on f6. f4. Rook to g4, attacking the queen. Queen to h3. Rook from f to g6. This is another critical position of the game. It is white to move. Rook to f1 was played. Better was queen to f1, and after queen to g7, rook to e2. Back to our game. Rook to f1, queen to g7, Capablanca's gun, or was it Alekhina's gun? King to h1, black to move. What would you do? Please pause and find the best move for black. Did you pause? What did you find? Did you find rook takes on g3 or bishop to c8? In the game we have bishop to c8. Rook takes on g3 is winning in a more spectacular way. After pawn takes rook, rook takes on g3, attacking the queen. Queen to h4, queen to b7 check, and after rook to f3, queen takes on f3 check, king to h2, queen to g2 checkmate. Back to our game. Bishop to c8 is another way to win. The light square weaknesses are so obvious. Kateryna Lahno played queen to h5. There was another way to defend, but it doesn't work. Let's have a look. After d4, c takes on d4, c5, d takes on c5, bishop to d5. Sacrificing 2 pawns would bring the bishop in the game, but then bishop to b7, and after queen to g2, e4, bishop takes on b7, queen takes on b7, and black center pawns are too powerful. Back to our game. After bishop to c8, we have queen to h5, bishop to b7 check, king to g1, black to move and to play the obvious. Now, what is the obvious? It is something to do with the Alehin gun. It's rook takes on g3, check, h takes on g3, rook takes on g3 check, king to f2. Black played a move and white resigned, and the move is rook to g2 check, white resigned. In view of this continuation, king to e3, queen to g3 check, rook to f3, pawn takes pawn on f4 checkmate, and let's go back. If king goes to e1, then queen to g3 check, and after rook to f2, queen takes on f2 checkmate. What do you think of this game? And in the end, I have a free gift for you. Please click on the link below the video and get your free gift right now. And that is all. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I wish you good luck with your chess, and bye for now.